So merge in SQL is exactly as it sounds. You're trying to merge or blend two different data sets. Usually you have a target table.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Target
And a source table. And so just to explain these a little bit, this table right here is our customer table. It's all of the customers that have made purchases over the years. And so you have things like their customer ID, their name, their address, and their last purchase. And this table is our source table. And it's all of our new information. It's customers that have made a new purchase this year.
Okay, our prices have never been lower.
Son, you have to talk louder.
Never been lower.
Louder, son!
Bud Liquor! Our prices have never been lower! Okay, stop it!
Or it's new customers that we didn't have before. And it's all their same things, their names, address, and all that kind of stuff. And so, no, I've made these tables very simple to show my point, but real businesses are going to be a lot more complex than that. But now our goal is to update this target table here on the left based on the data source table here on the right, because this is all our new information. We want to update our customer table or our target table with all that new information. So think of it like matching. In this case, we're going to see which customer IDs match in the two tables. So for example, customer ID 3 here is in both of them, and same with 6. So we're matching these different customer IDs. And we want to update this target table here with, again, the new information in this source table. And imagine we have the following logic. If a customer has new information that wasn't there before, we want to update our target table. And then if there are new customers, we want to insert them also into the target table or our customer table. And lastly, if there's a customer who hasn't had a purchase since this calendar year, which is 2022, we want to delete them. So again, we look at what matches. You have customer 3 here, and you have customer 6 in both tables. Okay, now what I've done here, I've just done select star from our customers target table and select star from our new customer source table. And these down here are just the two tables again you were looking at before. This one being customers table with all the information from all the years prior, and this all our new information. And so if you look here at rows 3 and 5, Mike, Smith, and Jake Kenneth, you'll see that their last purchase was in 2021, which is not 2022. So what we want to do is look down here in the new information table, the source table, and see if they've made any new purchases. And so it looks like Mike here has, but it looks like Jake hasn't. So we'll want to make sure to update this target table with Mike's new information. But because Jake hasn't made a new purchase, then we'll want to delete him out of the table. Additionally, if you look at row 6 here, Mark Best, you'll notice that his address is a bunch of X's. It doesn't actually have an address in there.
I have no home.
But if you look down here at the source table, he actually has an address.
The jungle is my home.
So what we want to do is we make sure to update this as well to put his new address in here. And lastly, we have these two new customers down here, customer ID 7 and 8, who are not in the table before. And we'll just want to make sure to insert them into this target table because they're not in the other one before. So let's go ahead and write a merge statement to help us do this. So now what we're going to do is start with the keyword merge. No surprise there.
Surprise, mother.
But what we want to do, what do we want to do with this merge? Do we want to update? Well, we want to update our target table. So our customers target table. And I'm just going to give it an alias as target. And now the next thing we want to do is define what are we using to merge? What data are we merging this with? So we're just going to write using the new customers source. So that's the name of our source table. So this is all the new information again that we want to update the target table with. So that's what we're using to update or to merge. And so we're just going to give that an alias too as source. And now what we want to do is we want to tell it to match on. For something like an inner join, right? You'd write inner join on something equals something, right? And so that's going to be very similar to that. That's very similar to what we're doing. So down here we just write on, and then we're going to write target dot, and remember again that we're matching on the customer ID. So it's going to be target dot customer ID, and that equals our source dot customer ID, right? And now what we want to do is we want to define what we want to happen when we match and when we don't match. And this is where we define the criteria for those updates, inserts, and deletes. So first, let's start with a delete. So we're going to say when matched, so we're going to say when matched and using the target data, right, of our target source, their last purchase is less than 2022, meaning 2021, 2020, anything before this. So they haven't made a purchase in the last year, then we want to delete them. It's that simple, right? They haven't made a purchase this last year, then we want to delete them. And now we want to make sure to add any new customers. So if they're not in the customer's target table, but they've made a new purchase recently, we want to make sure to add them. So we're going to say when not matched, right? Because they're not in the new table, or they're not in the customer's table, but they're in the new one. They've made a new purchase. So they're not going to be matched. They're not going to be in both. Then we're going to then insert them. And I've already written the code to make this a little faster, but I'll show you. I'll just copy and paste it. So again, we're going to insert their customer ID, their first and last name, address, and all of that. We want to insert that in the target table. And we're going to get those values from our source table, which is the new table with all the new information. So we're going to update the target table and insert all this new information. And finally, let's do the updates. We're going to say when matched, right? Meaning they're in both tables, they're matched, and they're matching on the different IDs, their customer IDs. And we want to do an update. So when matched and the target address is not equal to the source address, right? Because remember that one address was just a bunch of X's, but in the new one, it actually has it. So we want to update it, right? So then we're going to say then update. And we're going to set now the target address equal to the source address, right? So basically, they weren't equal before. One is X's, one is the real address. And now we're going to set them equal so that they're both going to be the new address. Okay, so now in one merge statement, we've got inserts, updates, and deletes, right? We're blending all this data together. And the cool thing is we can send the output of this merge, the results, to another table. And I've made a temporary table that I'll store these results in. Now, if you use triggers, which you'll learn in Data 4330, then you'll be familiar with system-like tables, deleted and inserted. We're going to use those. So I'm going to go down here and we're going to put output deleted dot star, right? And that's going to get everything that we've deleted, and it's just going to put it in this temporary table. And then we're going to comma. I'm going to do $action, and this is going to store the action that happened. Was it inserted, deleted, was it updated, right? And we're going to do inserted, right? This is all the new data that's been inserted in this table. So we want to make sure we capture everything, and we're going to put it into this table merge results, which I've created. And it's going to put all this information into it. Think of it like this. Deleted is what the data used to be, is the old world, and action, it's exactly that. It's what happened to the data. And then inserted is what it is now. It's the new world. Okay, so now let's run this and see what happens. All right, so we got 4 rows affected. That doesn't mean much. So let's take a look at our table to see what actually happened. All right, so we're gonna write select star from merge results. Okay, so now you can see these first 2 records were inserted, right? There's nothing here in the old world, and then you can see this action taken right here, these 2, they were inserted. And now in the new world, you have your new customer IDs, right? And now these are in the new world. So it shows you what was inserted. They didn't exist in the table before, and now they do. And then you can see we had this customer down here, Mike, and in the old world, he hadn't made a purchase since 2021. So we deleted him, and now in the new world, you can see he's not there anymore. It's null. And then you can see Mark's information was updated as well, right here. In the old world, he had address of just, a bunch of X's, and now in the new world, he's updated and he's got all this information. All right, so hopefully that made sense. That's merge for you, and thanks for watching.